today we are at Media City, which is essentially the hub of where all the biggest broadcasters in the UK live.
Yeah, it's obviously where we belong, right? No, we're getting major imposter syndrome right now.
Yeah, we managed to sneak in. If you've watched the channel, you will realise that we are big fans of the can. We are can boys.
Careful.
And a while back we did a live stream with Can Makers UK, who are basically an organisation who promote all the benefits of cans. And we were like, you guys, we're kindred spirits. Let's work together. And something very interesting came from you guys watching that stream, which made us laugh quite a fair bit.
Yeah, you guys were amazing. In the comments, the one thing that dominated saying, this stream should be called OnlyCans.
Yes, so when Can Makers got back in contact and said, shall we do another stream but bigger, we thought, why don't we come to Media City, why don't we broadcast it on all the massive screens around here, give out some amazing free stuff to people walking past.
Broadcast it from within a can.
Within a can, with OnlyCans plastered across the entire thing. And they only went and agreed to it.
It's a shame the Airstream came with these two Muppets, though.
It is, but one of them is quite integral to what we're doing today, because we are going to knock up some amazing street food, show you how to do it, fantastic tacos, they're going to be fantastic, but also we are each going to be pitching our favourite canned drink, and you are going to judge who put forward the best pitch at the end of the stream. We're going to talk about the benefits, the recyclability, the economical, the convenience, all around tin.
Can it? Let's talk about some food.
Okay, fine.
Should we go to others?
Let's go and find out.
Come over here.
How cool is this?
It's the best, isn't it?
It's not bad. Hello, boys. Hello. Ready for some food? What's on the menu?
So ready for... Well, we were given a food truck and I thought, let's do kind of street food vibes. So, tacos. But we're going to do a really easy recipe from Psychic, and it's breakfast smash tacos, because any time of the day is a good time for breakfast.
So many catchy words. Breakfast, tacos, smashed. I'm in.
And it's super, super simple. So I'm going to be doing the recipe while we're all pitching our can option as well. So I'm just going to crack straight on with the first step, which is lots of fresh herbs, coriander and mint, 1 red chilli, the zest and juice of 1 lime, and a clove of garlic. And I'm going to chop it all up on the board so you end up with this wonderful kind of board salsa sauce thing. We'll season it with salt and pepper, but it's all done on the board with a knife, so you don't need any special equipment. And I should say, whilst technically this was originally written to use dill, which absolutely you can use and is delicious, we didn't have any dill, so I've subbed it out for mint, because I love mint, and that's the point of these recipes, kind of mix and match where you're at. That's what I'm going to do on the board. While Jamie, who have we got in the comments?
We've got tons of people in the comments. Some lovely narrative being formed here, actually, because we're in a food truck. Last time we were in a food truck, we were joined by His Royal Highness, Prince William.
True.
And the time before that, we were making tuna burgers for students who didn't want them. So this is a lovely
full circle.
Exactly, it's perfect. There are tons of people in the comments, also from all around the world. We don't usually do live streams kind of lunchtime, so it's really lovely to see who's able to join us live now compared to when we do them in the evening UK time. But we've got Indonesia, we've got Denmark, we've got Sweden. It's Pokraj's birthday, so happy birthday, Pokraj.
Happy birthday, Pokraj.
We've got Pittsburgh, we've got Australia, we've got Rhode Island, USA, Bermuda, Laos, Niagara Falls. This is the thing that I love about the community. It is completely and utterly global. We've travelled a long way. I don't know if you know this, but from London all the way to the north of England.
We are in the north, technically, the very southern part of the north.
No. I think we're officially in the north now, so we can tick that off our bucket list.
Excellent, done.
Don't need to go anywhere else. Shall I start the pitching process for the drinks?
We've got a drink each. You need to do your best effort, because you guys are going to get the chance to vote at the end who has given the best pitch for a premium drink in can that pairs with this. One of them is a cocktail. That's why I started that word, but I didn't quite finish it.
And that's the best thing about live. Right, I'm starting with what I'm going to describe as the trend. The trend is moving towards soft drinks. Everybody loves a soft drink. Soft drinks in a can, nothing new. How about this? This is Cactto, and this is a soft drink made from prickly pear puree. Now, I'm going to tell you why this is good. This is good for a few different reasons, because it's good for you and it's good for Tom. Can you just have a look down there at the grass? Yeah. It's good for you, but it's also good for the planet. See what I did there?
Yeah, I see what you did there.
So, prickly pear, it's a type of cactus. That's a sausage dog. They do that. Prickly pear is a type of cactus. We all know cactus can grow in the driest places on Earth, and that's because they don't need much water. So actually, growing more cactus means that we won't be taking water away from other places where it's needed in agriculture or for us human beings.
You're doing a great job.
See, look at this pitch. So, great for the planet. And why is cactus good for you? Well, Cactto, full of electrolytes, full of vitamins, full of calcium. It's incredibly refreshing, and...
Does it taste any good?
Well, I know it does, but shall we find out? Pour it out. Also, cactus, similar to agave, also makes another one of my favourite drinks.
Yes, which you could also have put in, you know, a premium can form.
Cheers.
It is a phenomenal drink. What I like about it, and we're talking about premium drinks in cans, is I like the fact that canning itself is a more sustainable thing because it weighs less, you can transport it, it's recyclable, but then you're putting something sustainable in it as well. It's like double win.
It's almost as if I chose it just to win.
And you could well be getting close to the win.
That drink is lovely and sweet, but doesn't really contain much, if any, sugar. It's incredibly refreshing, very hydrating, good for you, good for the planet. What isn't to like? And I can guarantee you it's going to pair beautifully with the guacamole, the sausages, the mint. This is going to be this is going to be perfect.
Well done, Jamie. Can I also just say another reason why mint is so good is because it grows. It's practically free. You pick a bit, it grows back. And this, I've always wanted to do this. Believe it or not, we're actually in the Blue Peter Garden. This is the Blue Peter Garden in Media City, and I feel like a lifelong dream. We got the badge.
We got badges a few years ago, didn't we?
We made pancakes. It was 2017, a long time ago. We made pancakes and we got a yogurt pot badge. But now we're actually cooking in the Blue Peter Garden. Very, very cool.
I love this. This is great. Right, lots of people saying it was a Baloo style pitch. I think that's okay. 15 years of sorted. I still worry about Ben chopping his fingers when he cuts that fast.
Always use the claw.
Prickly pear. Tyler's Truck says, as a southern in the US, I'm intrigued. It's a UK brand. They are fairly new on the scene.
I'm going to try and distract from your pitch.
Oh, right. I'm not allowed to pitch anymore. Apparently my pitch is over.
Pitch is done. Lock it in. Now, I've already done the little board sauce salsary thing, and all I need to do now is take one avocado, and I'm going to halve it, de-stone it safely, and then I'm going to scoop it out, chop it up, and put it into a bowl with the salsa. But whilst I do that, boys, you guys have made yourself very comfortable over there. What are you doing?
Taking a moment, Ebbers.
This is our job.
It's not often we get some distance from you, so this is lovely.
Cheers.
Cheers.
This is our job.
It's the best job ever.
Still in throwing distance.
Oh, lovely. Okay. Shall I
Go on, start your pitch.
now provide a winning pitch?
Go on.
So, as many of you will know, we collaborated with a brewery in Bermondsey called the Small Beer Co, and we created Small Beer Blanche, our own beer, and it's delicious.
Genuinely, as soon as we launched this, I think you and I were a little bit sceptical because we weren't massive fans of wheat beers.
Right, yeah.
Because they sometimes have a bit too grown up.
So I went through the standard IPA phase where I was like, I want beer that tastes like flowers. Lovely, great. And then as I got slightly older, I found out that having a child made me tired after drinking some beer, and that actually all I wanted was a nice, fresh, crisp lager. Now, with that in mind, Small Beer reached out to us and basically said, would we like to do a collaborative beer? And we said absolutely, because I mean the guys, so co-founders James and Felix, absolutely amazing, but they run their brewery with sustainability and the future of the planet in mind. So they make beer using a fraction of the water that is industry standard. They're constantly thinking about how to basically perfect the science of creating beer, but in a way that reduces the alcohol content. So these are 2.5% ABVs, but they taste like a full-bodied, full alcohol beer, which is why I particularly love them, and I'm basing most of my pitch on this because, as I have referenced, I'm a sleepy father, and if I have too many normal strength beers, it makes parenting the following day impossible.
You realise the dad-friendly beer isn't their main marketing spiel.
It can be any parent, it can be anyone who doesn't.
But the bit you take from it is, I get to stay up longer and I get to be on form and be a better dad.
Yeah, I'm making this pitch all about me. But like they do say you can get all the benefits of beer and the slight buzz from drinking beer without the written off days afterwards.
Yeah, and also, we were part of the process of obviously helping to brew this beer with small beer, and we had our community come down and help brew it, which is why we managed to get our own little made with sorted sticker QR code on the label, which takes you to the video to show you the whole making of story.
Yeah, and I spent 2 days with James and Felix filming that because I put it together. So I've actually done a pitch in a video that's online as well as this pitch. So for effort alone, I think I deserve the votes.
Yeah.
But what was fascinating about following them around is just the care that they put into it. But also like the science and the fact that they've almost had to reinvent the brewing process in order to create stuff that actually tastes amazing. And now going back to sort of the IPA flowery conversation from earlier, what is great about this particular beer, it's a Blanche, so it is a wheat beer, but for me it sits perfectly between a lager and like an IPA. It's got lots of flavour, but it doesn't taste really hoppy. No. It tastes nice, but it's also like crisp and refreshing, and you feel like you're actually not drinking yourself towards a hangover when you have one, which is lovely.
I've got a good collection of these in my fridge at home, but also we've got some in the office, which means I always have some at hand when I'm going on train journeys.
Train beers?
Because train beers are, well...
You're doing my job for me, you're pitching.
They are a way of life, and I feel like these beers...
We're legal.
In a can, again, stays colder for longer, easy to transport around.
Yeah, he's doing my job for me.
On the train, really useful.
Yeah, you can't, like, I was going to put this as part of my, really convincing pitch, but the fact that any canned drink you can keep in a cupboard and chuck it in the freezer and it cools down quicker. There you go, another pitch.
That is useful. That is quite useful, yeah, and chuck them in a bucket of ice at a party.
Lovely,
and
lovely.
I think I enjoy drinking this as much from a can as I do from a glass as well, from draft.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think like the whole, all the stuff that we're talking about now, as we said, the canning process gives so many sort of benefits, from everything down to what's going on. Oh, just walk through.
What's happened here is we are in the middle of, like, everyone's having lunch around us and looking at us going, what the heck is going on? But, and it's not obvious we're filming, so you might just see the odd sausage dog or person walking past.
Apart from the fact that people on deck chairs, then we've got an audience and they're watching us. And it's going to all the massive screens around here. Absolutely no pressure.
If you are in the area, pop down. We'll do this for the next 20 minutes. Come check it out.
We've got free stuff. We'll give some free stuff away.
Yeah. As a pitch,
yeah,
it's a strong start. Feels like you're cheating slightly by it being a sorted brand new product.
Well, you've got to play to your best chances of winning, right? Ebbers?
Yeah?
Are you ready to do some more food?
Yeah, sure. Should I do a bit more of that?
Yeah, go on.
Fantastic. Well, basically, the very first simple setup has been done. So we've got this amazing little salsa going on here, which is working an absolute treat. However, we need to move on to the cylindrical pork-based products. I'm not going to mention the S word because there's lots of dogs around that have also adopted that name, and I don't want to call it a sausage dog, but it's a sausage breakfast taco. So raw sausage, basically tortilla wrap.
Absolutely no need.
All you want to do is put that on there. Now you can just squeeze it out, squeeze the sausage meat out, but sometimes the skins are so soft and malleable, actually just the back of a spoon, you're basically smashing, this is the smash part of the taco, the sausage onto the taco, right? Doesn't look great to start off with, I promise you this gets better. The reason it works is the sausage meat has got that right level of, good quality pork sausage. So this is about 80% pork, but also all the seasonings and the fat and deliciousness. It's doing all the hard work for you. So instead of a a smash burger that you put in a hot pan and then smash down. This way, you've got a smash sausage breakfast taco. Now, that on a board, simple enough. You can smash out as many as you want, and then a pan that's already got, let's do this, you'll be able to see it better. This, which is already nice and hot, with a little bit of oil, is just going to go in sausage side down. And it just needs a couple of minutes to fry like that, and then you flip it over when it's nice and golden to crisp at the bottom, and that is a breakfast smash taco, which we're going to serve with our salsa and a fried egg.
And I'm guessing the fact that it only needs a couple of minutes is because you've completely flattened that meat out rather than it being a lovely cylinder which needs to get right to the middle.
And it means you can carry on smashing more tacos, and
smash so many tacos.
We've done that because actually all our raw chopping salsa's already out the way. But whilst that sizzles behind me, I need to tell you about a drink. And it's probably no surprise that I'm going wine. I'm going for canned wine, and on a beautiful day, and given we planned this a couple of weeks ago, we had our fingers crossed for good weather, but a nice Gruner Veltliner. So this is Canned Wine Company. Okay, there's nothing new about wine in can, but we're talking premium wine and getting rid of the stigma that actually it's only any good for a picnic or a beach. Premium wine in a can. So this is from Austria. Gruner Veltliner is the grape type, hand harvested by the Huber family in Austria. And what's good about the can is single portion. Now, I don't want any small violins, but I live on my own. And I don't always want to open an entire bottle of wine. So single portion in a can means you always get fresh, locked-in wine. Doesn't mean you have to drink it from a can. You can turn premium wine out of a can into a nice glass and enjoy a sip with food. I've chosen it because it's zippy. If you like something like a Sauvignon Blanc, but you haven't tried Gruner Veltliner, they're kind of that similar zippy, zesty deliciousness. A little bit of white pepper, a little bit of herbal number. Perfect for summer. And because it is just single portion, 250, chillable, drinkable, enjoyable. Other people can have different wines if they want. That's also fine.
Do you know what?
Have to be locked in.
I think that's one of the... Oh, no, I'm doing your job for you. I think that's one of the things that I enjoy about canned wine is, like you say, if you open a bottle of wine, you have to drink a bottle of the same wine.
Which, if there's a group of you, fine.
Absolutely fine. But if you want a couple of glasses in an evening, maybe you want 2 different wines.
You might want white to start with while you're cooking,
Exactly.
but red with what you're cooking.
Yeah, I think it's a really nice idea. The conversation's moved on so much over the last few years in terms of like being able to get premium wine in cans. The fact that you can get decent wine without having to buy a full bottle of it, even just to try it, before you then go and buy a full bottle of something you've now found that you really like.
If Gruner Veltliner is one you're less familiar with,
You're going to have to say that again.
Gruner Veltliner.
How are you spelling that?
Well, the Gruner is on the front, and Veltliner is probably also there somewhere too. There we go.
Lovely. Yeah, perfect.
Helpful for everyone.
Yep.
But I also want to point out, even the cans themselves can be premium. So this has got a real lovely texture to it. And that is the texture of the soils that it's grown. We all know that wine has a terroir, and it's all about where it grows, how it grows, who grows it. This literally feels like the soil that it's grown in. It's kind of gravelly and soily, and it's absolutely delicious. We've mentioned Canned Wine Company before. They're B Corp as of this year. They're awesome. So it's responsible. Can would be the obvious choice. It is the obvious choice. That is my selection. Obvious, but quality. And I just want to say, £6 a can. So if you have a stigma of canned drinks are only £1 or £2, no, we're talking about fine wine that would normally be £18 a bottle. You're just getting a third of a bottle in a can.
Let's go to some of the comments because we got Manji saying, you know, I don't drink alcohol, so I wish you'd suggest some kind of juice or other pairing for an accompaniment. Manji, I don't know if you were here a few minutes ago, but we were talking about the incredible prickly pear juice that comes from Cactto. Soft drink. I think it's going to pair perfectly with the breakfast smash tacos. It's not that I'm looking for your vote. I want to make sure you've got all of the information to hand.
Absolutely, and we should stress there's lots of soft drinks, coffee in cans, premium coffee and cold brew, kombuchas, loads of really interesting sodas with global flavours, and this is a really interesting one. You can also get low, no alcohol wine in cans. So many options, but for me, that's rather special and why it gets my vote.
Lots of people saying that you need to stop stroking that can because you're really living up to the name OnlyCans.
OnlyCans, we're here for you. We're here for... How many OnlyCans fans have we got?
Lots of OnlyCans fans.
Thousands of you at the moment, which is really, really good. Loads of comments. I'm also going to fry an egg because I want to show you a couple of things. One, I've flipped my taco. So we've got a little bit of colour going on here, and now we want to crisp up the bottom. But in another pan, I'm going to fry an egg. Now, if you're doing this at home, you can actually just take this out and put it in an oven that might be on, 80, 100 degrees, keep it warm, carry on frying more, fry your eggs in the same pan. So this could be a one board, one knife, one pan option. One pan. Only can in a can with only pan.
Which is kind of a van.
Ish. Enough.
A man.
You are.
They're getting a tan.
Ish.
Yeah.
Enough of this, or we might get a ban.
Yeah.
I'm done. I'm out.
Done!
He's not even there. Right, I'm going to fry an egg in a pan. Our salsa's done. We're pretty much done on food, but there is still one more drink pitch to come. Baz, that's you.
You are such dads. Such dad banter.
Only one of them is a dad.
I know, but I think Ebbers is more of a dad than Jamie at
Ebbers has
times.
been 55 since the day I met him.
Really impressive pitch, Ebbers. I'm honest though.
There we go.
I love the wine.
He's
I
taking
love
a
those
run up.
cans. But at the same time, Ebbers always says, boys, you've got to push yourself. He's just sticking to what he knows. Why? That's lazy. Lazy marketing from him. For me, I'm going to push myself.
Okay.
There's one thing that I know I and all of us are terrible at, which is making cocktails.
Mixology.
Mixology is not our strong point. So I'm bringing these back. Baby.
Yeah.
End of last year, we did a video, food trends video, where Ben introduced us Shaka Khan,
Shaka Khan.
which is a fantastic branding straight up. But the most ingenious thing about it is they are premium quality cocktails in a can.
And you quite literally Shaka Khan. Shaka Khan.
Now, in the can, when you first pick it up, you think, oh, I've been ripped off here. This is an incredibly light can with not a lot of liquid in it. There's only 110 ml of premium cocktail in there. Here, this is the margarita. They've got a range of other flavours. Don't worry, Mike.
If you give me 2 of those.
We have espresso martini for you.
Oh, fantastic. We tried this.
What you do is when you open the can, you get something that you wouldn't expect. Cans, everyone knows what a can is. You just open it, drink straight from the can. This one
Makes a nice noise.
makes a nice noise, and it acts more like a tennis ball can.
Yeah, opening a fresh can of tennis.
Do it.
Yeah. What is that?
That is, oh no, what's the science bit that I had to remember? This is inert gas. Inert gas. I was scared of that word. Yeah, to keep the cocktail nice and fresh and high quality. And look, it's smoking.
It is.
It's smoking, ready to go.
Smoking.
And the aim here is take the top lid off, recycle,
It is really satisfying.
add in your ice. Don't dilute it. So you want the ice to be really cold, not too melty. I'll do
Ice
yours
me,
after
baby.
because I want to melt
Oh.
it. I'll do it in a second.
Right.
And then
I'm losing all my inert gas.
I'll do yours as well.
Thanks.
But we've got to shake it quickly because I've only got one handy lid that comes with these cans that you can keep at home or keep in your pocket when you're travelling around with these cans, and you turn your storage
out and
device.
about drinker, aren't you?
Yeah, it's trained cocktails. Trained cocktails are the way forward. You turn your storage device into a cocktail shaker with this lid, push down, lock it in, and then you want to keep going until the can is ice cold.
Yeah, when we reviewed these, they are really quite impressive. So I'm annoyed that you've chosen them, but you're still not doing as good a pitch as I did.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, really tasty, really delicious. And you shake it until it's almost too cold to handle.
Yep, lid comes off, top comes off, and then you've got yourself a filter at the top to pour out your freshly shaken Shaka Khan
Margarita.
margarita. Do you want to take the lid and have a go?
Yeah, I'm going to combine.
Oh no!
Oh, Barry.
Oh no! I haven't got a table. That goes there. And there.
One
And
thing
that is a proper cocktail. Sometimes you get some pre-made cocktails that taste pre-made. I think the ice and the shaking brings it back to life again.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think definitely something that I think has happened over the last decade, maybe half a decade, is the fact that now you can get high quality premium cocktails in cans, which beforehand was possibly like, oh, is that going to taste any good? Like, that's not going to be any, that's just it's going to be a lower quality. But now, what's amazing is these companies are now putting unbelievably pre-mixed cocktails into cans. And to be fair, the innovation around this is really cool. Can you pop my lid on?
I'll pop your lid on the show for you.
And yeah, you're getting like, people are innovating around the can. Yeah.
Sorry, I think I squeezed the can for you.
You squeezed it so that I've got a bit of a lip on it.
My bad. That's my fault.
Okay, no, perfect. Yeah, so like, I guess like when we've talked about the canning process across the years on the channel, there's sort of that early preconception that it was all about sort of budget, lower end food, which certainly recently, if not over the course of, again, the last decade, that's been sort of completely debunked now, and you're getting really high quality premium stuff that's also better for the environment. We know that the vast majority, like 85% of cans are actually recycled. So what's really nice about all of this is the fact that society is already on board with recycling cans. So it's already a great leaping off point for innovation, for people to take a look at a can and go, okay, what can I do with this that's really interesting and innovative and is going to change the market? And without doing your pitch for you, I definitely think this is one of those examples.
To round it off, you're right. The crux of this pitch for Cactto, they are really literally shaking up the can industry and what they're doing.
Are you writing their marketing for them as well now?
No, because I'm also looking for get them some competition. I want to see more people doing innovative things with cans.
You're all about okay.
I just want to see something blow people's minds, and this blew my mind the first time I had it, and it is delicious. And I think it is the winning pitch today. Cheers.
No.
Thank you for choosing my winning pitch.
No.
Emma's?
It's delicious, to be fair.
Oh. Where's our glass of wine?
Well,
What do you need a glass of wine for?
I don't know if you've heard, but the great thing about this is it's single portion. Right, so we are so nearly done and pretty much ready to plate up. While the boys have been chatting away about pitch number 4, this was so easy that I've been able to cook up our next one. So look, we've got 2 of these. Now what I want to show you is the underside of these as well. They are nice and crispy. They're going to go onto a plate, crispy on the back, coloured on the top, beautiful. 2 makes a good portion. We've got our beautiful eggs, a couple of fried eggs, nice runny yolk going on top of our tacos. Now if you make this at home, they're really easy to stack up if you're serving a crowd. Otherwise, you just basically cook them to order. A bit like pancakes for breakfast, works a real treat. Now this is quite spicy because I put the seeds in and all, but it's also got that zesty lime. It's got all the fresh herbs. That's why it pairs so beautifully with a kind of mineral-rich, herby, zesty, zippy wine. We've got this wonderful salsa that's guacamole-esque, which I guess is why it also lends itself to Mexican drinks and prickly pears and orange and coriander seed and a beer. They all kind of work. I kind of like them all, but which one are you guys going to pick? Up to you. Little squeeze of lime, some fresh herbs, a little bit more chili if people want a bit of kick.
Yes, please.
Is breakfast smash tacos, and that is all 4 pitches. Over to you to start voting.
I've started a poll.
Yes.
So there is a poll happening now in the live chat. Vote for who you think did the best pitch for their drink. Just as a recap, I had the only soft option, which was Cactto, prickly pear, puree, beautiful, hydrating,
Okay, you've had your time.
good for the planet.
Whereas Mike then moved on to
I had small beer, a 2.5 beer that doesn't give you the written off weekend after drinking it.
perfect for a lunchtime, which is exactly what this is.
Yeah.
I then moved to wine, which is also perfect for lunchtime because it is fresh and it's zippy, and I think it's the one that pairs best with this to cut through the richness of the fried egg and the sausage meat. It's just a wonderful
designed the food.
pairing. Yeah, absolutely. After I chose the wine. And the final pitch.
Finally, I chose to push myself and make up some delicious cocktails, showing the innovation that can bring to the market.
Look, there's some cutlery there, boys. Help yourself and let's dig in.
I'm also going to say, the comments are phenomenal, but there's a big push for this to go on the road.
I mean,
Take OnlyCans on the road.
Yeah, a few people, one person saying we've got to go to the Iowa State Fair with this.
Oh, great
You
shout.
imagine.
Imagine that.
What things we could put on sticks.
we could put so honestly, tacos is just the start of what could be done in our little food truck.
I'm not waiting for invite.
Also, all very well you saying is that we're the dads here giving it the dad vibes. But the comments instantly point out, Baz has got his sunglasses on a cord.
Yeah.
So well done comments.
It's so practical. This is not the way you should be eating.
It's breakfast, but
your
any
elbows
time
in
of the
my
day,
mouth.
breakfast.
Oh, that's got some lime and some chilli.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Make sure you get some fatty sausage.
That's incredible.
Bit of a yolk dip. So good.
Oh, this is fantastic. Oh, wow, that salsa, mate.
It's fire, isn't it?
It's in my
really zingy.
sinuses.
Whilst we wait for the last few seconds of the poll that's coming, can I just give a massive thank you to our team?
Yeah.
We've got Tom on camera,
have we
who's carrying
shown-
his jacket just in case it rains, because it almost rained earlier.
Can you turn around and
Yeah,
show
we need to go and have a look.
show you where we're broadcasting from? There's a greenhouse here that was perfect for broadcasting from. So you know what, Tom? Mate, have you ever broadcast from a greenhouse before?
Not a greenhouse, never.
Never.
No,
Well, it's the
first
first everything. Yeah, it all suits you. Cool, thanks, mate. Oh, I wish I could shut this. Bye.
Absolutely delicious.
Where are we going to take this on the road first then?
Oh, who knows? Let the comments decide. They always do. I mean, they literally gave it the name.
Yeah, we've come to the north now, so we probably need to go
tick.
south.
We've done Media City.
What other cities? Gotham City.
Gotham City, and the Windy City, Sex and the City.
Please.
Mexico City. Shall we have a look at the poll? I'm
Where are we
ending the
going?
poll.
Where are we going?
I'm going to start in fourth place.
Stop it.
Oh. Go on then.
In fourth place.
Which for us is the most important place.
We should say this is all about the pitch and not the canned drink. We should stress that.
Yeah. And I'm going to stress that a lot because we've done a kush. In fourth place, it's the small blanche.
No!
Strawberry blanche.
Excellent bit.
Done a good.
I did a good job.
Well done, Mike. You done a kush.
Never use an ad to plug your own ad, is what I hear.
With 11% of the vote. With 16% of the vote, it's Canners. Canners with the
Cheers.
canned wine. With 25% of the vote, Shake It Barry.
Oh,
Shake It Barry.
I'm
But
happy to
with
be second.
46% of the vote,
Almost half.
Wow.
almost half of the vote, are with me on Cactto.
It's the prickly pear himself.
Baloo the bear. We probably haven't got the rights for that.
Oh, this has been amazing. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you to the team for helping us do this. Thank you so much to Media City, for the can makers, for allowing us to do
And
this.
putting on the big screen.
Yeah.
I can't believe we're going to need photo evidence of that. I wanted to go and have a look at it, but apparently we were live.
We
and
were in a truck.
that wasn't
If
possible.
you can stall for 30 seconds, I'll get your photo.
You're going to go get right. Okay.
You go, we're going to wrap up.
Yeah,
Go, wrap
just
up,
let
wrap
him
up.
go.
Thank you so much for watching.
So there's a 20-second delay.
That's a really good point. If you are in or around Media City for the next hour or so, we're going to be here. There are some goodie bags being handed out.
With the cans.
With cans in them. So yeah, come and say hello. But we will see you, on YouTube at 5 PM today for another video.
Yeah.
Amazing. Thank you so much.
That was
Goodbye.
awesome.
See you later.
Well, guys.
Thanks for nothing.